Well, hello and welcome back, everyone, to the CSC Challenger Series brought to you by Partners Promoting Darts. Another fantastic evening that's coming up for you as we've got Sean Green, per usual, Nick Dichiria in the background, and of course, I'm Will Stuart. Let's go over the tale of the Chris's, huh? Sean, what do you say?
Yeah, listen, the storyline tonight is going to be go Chris. All right. Um, Division two is so tight. It's so close. We have the season two champion who came back from a first round loss to win 9 straight and double dip Daryl Cortez. And I am, of course, talking about the bar darter himself, Chris Watson. Chris Watson playing out of Bull Shooters in Phoenix, Arizona. And yeah, you see the nickname there, Bar Darter. He has a good picture. Look at that. He got some good lighting on that bad boy. He's throwing the Target Carrera C19 18 grams, which is very specific. 4.46 MPR. He's winning at a clip about 60%. If we're looking at the rest of his averages there, he has 19 9 marks and plus 3 white horses, 65 7 marks, 61 5 marks, and 55 games played, with, of course, that win percentage being 59.3, which is almost 60.
Pretty darn close, isn't it? Let's take it on over to Chris Alexander and take a look at his tail of the tape as you can see his nickname Alexander the Great, and boy did he play great last time he was on the stream. To see how he kind of matches that tonight. He's been playing for 4.5 years, throwing the Sydney Vaughn darts from Super Darts. Of course, he's a Super Darts player, as you can see there by his jersey. His current average of 4.62. That is the second average, our second highest average here in Division Two, right behind Brett Hollanday. 14 9 marks, 57 7 marks, 3 white horses, and of course you can see there 63.4 win percentage. He's playing at Squirrel Hill in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. So nice to get Chris back on here once again, that being Chris Alexander. And of course, nice to see Chris Watson back, a former champion of this Division Two. As Sean, I don't know how we're going to attack this situation tonight, as we're going to be saying a lot of Chris.
Chris and Chris, baby. Excited to get this done. Super Dart sponsored player. Like I said, he's also sponsored by Extreme Darts. His stepdad is Tony Zekas. Again, for those of you who are unfamiliar with Chris. But Mr. Alexander is going to have to be facing a little bit more of a test than normal tonight. The bar darter is, I think, out for revenge for his friend. Last time on stream, we saw TJ Shoemaker playing out of Bull Shooters in Phoenix, Arizona, taking on Chris Alexander. This was week 2, and Chris put on a whooping with a capital H. So we're going to see Mr. Watson, I think, try to avenge his friend TJ. What do you think?
Yeah, we'll have to see if he can do that or not. But anyway, we're due for an entertaining match. As well, Chris was giving us some excitement last time we came up, or last time he was up on the stream. Chris Watson, of course, being that former champion. I'm just excited to see how we go here. And this one is, entertainment at its high. And of course, we're back at Bull Shooters, and they always seem to have a good crowd. Look at that.
Yeah, huge crowd there at Bull Shooter. I know that there's a couple of guys playing out there tonight. I know Kix is playing. I don't know if he's playing tonight, but I know Kix is supposed to play tonight. But you can see the crowd there. You got the pool players in the background too. They got looks like a pretty major pool night going on too. But those dartboards go all the way down to the end.
That is nuts, folks. What a scene there in Arizona. Love every minute of it. How about this, though? Chris Watson, Chris Alexander on the loser side. This is a 9th through 12th spot. So do you know the prize money off the top of your head here, Sean, for the loser of this one?
I do. They get their money back. Full entry fee back of $100. If you win this match, you automatically move on to the $200 range. And I can tell you who knows that more than most, and that's Chris Watson, who goes ahead and throws an 11 in the diddle. So maybe, stretch out those arms a little bit, Chris, as that will do it. Nice and quick and simple, and might as well just destroy them while you're at it. But
Mhm.
if you've never watched before, let's go over the format and specific rules of the CSC Challenger Series. It is a double elimination style tournament. They are both on the loser side. Players play a race to 9, best of 17 legs, all cricket with a cork or 3-dart count up to start the match. The loser of the previous leg will start the next leg after that. If either player is down 3 or more legs, they will continue to go first until the deficit is reduced to 2 legs. This is the PPD player advantage rule. If we go the distance, players will cork for start in the last leg decider. Have you noticed this year, Bud? The player advantage, when it has been done on our stream, has not been effective.
It really hasn't. I mean, that's. I'm glad you said that because we really haven't mentioned it a lot this year. It seems. Seems like it hasn't even been on our mind. Is it just hasn't been a big deal? As Chris Watson starts us off with a 7 mark on the 19th.
Yeah, and I like how the people are gonna have to put what type of Chris they're rooting for here. Is it a Watson? Is it a Chris Watson or is it a Chris Alexander? CA or CW? California or the CW?
Another big 19, and he stays right there, Sean, trying to get another one.
I like it. I like the moves early on. Uh, you're going up against a opponent who threw very strong last time on the stream, who is going to come out firing again tonight. You can almost expect it to happen. You can see both guys a little bit antsy here at the start. Chris is struggling to stay still over there in the little game screen. And of course, Chris Watson, we actually got to see him up close and personal at TOC as he played as my partner against you and Nick for a few matches there. He called us tryhards a lot. I remember that.
I think it was just because we were surprisingly decent. He didn't
Yeah.
anticipate that one being the case and proved him wrong.
Yeah, I specifically remember him going, even Sean's kind of good. What the heck is this? So I appreciated that sentiment. I agree. It is crazy that every once in a while I hit where I'm shooting. How about that? A 5.25 from Chris Watson out the gate. Closes those 20s and takes another stab at the 19s. And we're seeing Chris Alexander. He has that nice nonchalant throw, gets himself a 6 mark and throws in a little like half fist bump there, just getting it going. We're in a Super Darts jersey. Chris Watson actually wearing a dart jersey, and I think it says the bar darter on it. But I remember they were the first like real group that had the Boom Goes to Dynamite signs and all that then became a bigger deal in season 3 with Jeremiah Millar. I love it.
Yeah, they really kind of blew it out of proportion. We're hearing that a lot of states are wanting some more jerseys made up,
Shocking.
is what we're hearing.
It's shocking.
Apparently, so we're gonna be making some more boom jerseys. Apparently, is what I'm hearing.
Well, guys, did you know that A to Z Darts has a loyalty points program? All you have to do is log in to your customer account before making a purchase, and the loyalty points will start racking up. You'll receive 5 points for every $1 you spend on purchases. Points never expire. Sign up for their loyalty points program at a-zdarts.com and start earning 5% back on purchases. There are no fees to sign up. You just have to log into your account and make an order. And if you want to do that with a $15 gift certificate to the website, all you have to do is leave a comment in our chat, hit that like button on our pages, and you will automatically be entered in for your chance to win A to Z Darts live stream giveaway tonight, where they are giving away a $15 gift certificate to the website. It can be used on any product seen on the website and combined with any special. Use it towards a $45 purchase to qualify for free shipping in the continental US. And we're seeing a bit of a turnaround here in this leg since I started talking, huh?
Yes, we are. Chris Alexander going to work and not happy with himself with that last dart. Wanted a little bit more from himself, only up by 90 points, but he's forcing Chris Watson to go to the 17s here, just outside with that first dart. Goes ahead and closes. I don't mind that play, but he's still kind of at the mercy of Chris here, and that being Chris Alexander.
Yeah, and the Yinzer getting us going early. And how about this? Bill Hughes in the chat saying, boom goes the Yinzer jersey needed. I like that. I like it a lot. All right, so Chris is going to try and hit a lot of 17s. How about 7 of them?
I do want to mention, as much as we did want to get the cameras working over at the Squirrel Hill Sports Bar up and running, we did run into a little bit of a roadblock. So unfortunately, they are not up yet, but hopefully they will be up before the next time that bar is featured. But I just want to give a shout out to Squirrel Hill Sports Bar for letting us get cameras there, and I promise we'll get them working soon.
So, Will, let me ask you, did you happen to watch the interviews before tonight's match? I know sometimes
Yeah, I
we
did.
do, sometimes we get a chance to, sometimes we don't.
Yeah, I watched a little
Um,
bit of it.
I like that both guys seem confident, first of all. I like that aspect of things. But I also really like the fact that Chris Watson talks about how he had to win 9 in a row to win season 2. And he talks about how averages mean nothing. And I'll be there. It's going to be a great match. And that's just his style of play, right? He's a scrappy dart player. He's scrappy. He times out his moves. You're surprised you didn't see a trip 16 there on that dart. That just seems to be his format. Whereas Chris Alexander is going to dominate at times in this with the averages and maybe have a few legs that are above and beyond. And we're going to see who can do more of their craft, I guess, tonight. What do you think?
I agree. I mean, honestly, there's not a big difference between
Yeah.
these players. I mean, there's a little bit of an average gap, but I really don't think that average gap has a lot of
It's
play
point
in
2.
this. Yeah, exactly, exactly. So this could go either way. I'm really excited to see if this can go the distance, honestly, because it very well could go 9-8.
Well, and Chris is a more deliberate dart player. If you remember from the last few times we've had him on stream, he will step back. He will take his time in big moments. He will win dart legs like that against the throw to take a 1-0 lead. So CW on the board first against Mr. Alexander, the great.
Mhm. Yeah, we've seen him in the past kind of do that step back and be patient with his game.
Yep.
Rather with Chris is pretty steady Freddy, pretty rhythmic with his throw. Chris
Yeah.
Alexander.
Yeah, he throws with purpose. He throws with a pretty good pace, I would say. And you can see his friends are in the chat at the bar saying, no, he's not that amped yet. He's got to get hyped up more. Let's get him hyped up. And you remember last time he was on stream, like they were giving big yells in that lower screen. He was about as animated as any dart player we've seen.
Yeah, it's almost an understatement. He'll say in his interview he wanted to put on a show. Well, he definitely put on a show for us. There's no denying that one, whether it was just on that little screen or on this big game screen and on the big CompuSport bracket as well.
Jacob, that NyQuil is going to be hitting me in about 2 hours. Not right now, but thanks for calling out my congestion issues. I'm just waiting for some Boom Goes to Dynamite so I can get rid of this. I can get it all out, you know? I get so crazy with that call that it'll just all empty. It'll be wonderful.
Well, I had it during the PPD Nationals, and fortunately, you've virtually caught it here. So,
Well, it was all that closet work we did the week prior to that.
probably was.
Guys, let us know in the chat, who do you have in this one? I see a lot in there. Jacob's making fun of me, but other than that, I see a lot of Watson, Alexander. Let us know who you have. Colin Rath in the chat, ladies and gentlemen, as we get our first Boom Goes the Dynamite there from Chris Alexander. And I feel better already. The Indie Sniffler. Oh boy. I'm even trying not to sniffle. That's the bad part.
It seems like everything you do just won't stop. I know the feeling, but here we
Tony,
go.
Tony Zekis with a great call in the chat there. This is German darts. We got the 999. Maybe throw in some Du Haas references. Get some Rammstein going on.
Yeah, one of your favorites, huh?
It is, you know? They put on a great show. Great performance.
Big close from Chris Watson. Who, yeah, this is getting me. I'm telling you what, the Chris and Chris is getting me. I'm catching myself here just saying Chris, and it's going to kill me.
It's like, remember that Nickelodeon TV show, Pete and Pete?
No.
What?
I
Oh, that's
gotta have to
right.
go back in the catalogs here and see.
Yeah, I don't remember that show either. I don't know what you're talking about.
Cat Dog, that was my stuff.
Well, you would know Pete and
Ed,
Pete.
Ed and Eddie. Maybe I'm just drawing a blank on it.
And
Could
why'd you
be it.
switch over to Cartoon Network on us?
Hey,
Like, at least get the networks straight, okay?
come on.
See, Pete and Pete was the stuff. Sugars. Did you hear it? Did you hear my teacher filter immediately stop me there? That was all teacher filter.
We got people in the chat now just starting the cartoons up. Dexter's Lab, dude. I can go on.
How about Salute Your Shorts? Little Camp Anawana action? Come on now. Hey Arnold? Oh, that's the stuff.
Oh, Hey
right
Arnold
there.
was good. Hey Arnold.
Brooklyn
right,
Evans saying, I hope my future is as bright as the top of Watson's head.
That is a good one. Well, we do have that view of his dome here, so it is kind of unfortunate angle for him.
Did we look back at like our previous seasons? Has he always been bald?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, he's always worn a hat.
Most of the time he chooses to wear the hat. I think he's went full embrace on it.
I like that.
Honestly, just imagine Sugar Shane bald, and that's Chris Watson.
Do you remember how crazy inappropriate the TV show Angry Beavers actually was?
Yes, definitely. Yes. Johnny Bravo.
Oh yeah, Ren and Stimpy. How about Rocco's Modern Life? There you go.
There you go. We're just gonna keep it going. My
Kicks.
goodness.
Franny's in the chat saying yes, always been bald. Haha. All right, we're off the Nickelodeon stones.
Yes,
Show.
we got to get off it. Chris Alexander trying to set himself up here, but Chris Watson only 3 bulls away from another leg on the board.
I'm telling you, he just finds himself in winning spots. And the double bull is huge. Wow, what a double bull right there. Takes a 2-0 lead early on Chris Watson, or on Chris Alexander. And here's my question. We have not seen Chris Alexander behind like this. How does he respond?
Ooh. It's a that's a tough question right now. I'm not quite sure, honestly, Sean. We'll have to see how he kind of acts in this leg. Tough start. Trip 5 here into the neighbor. Yeah, this could prove to be a difficult task for Chris Alexander being down instead of ahead.
Well, he plays with high energy, right? And so,
Yes,
and he plays
exactly.
better with the higher the energy. So if he's losing, is that energy still going to be up? I mean, you're going to see in his interview. I mean, the camera does not stop moving. I mean, that's how much this kid just likes to be moving constantly all the time.
Well, here, let's take a peek behind the curtain here for a second. Chris Alexander's interview was actually shot the day prior because of the fact that he said he will not have enough time to get from work to the dart venue and still be able to do an interview. So he also is just coming off fresh day work, and who knows, maybe that wasn't the case in previous matches. There's a multitude of factors that could be affecting him at the moment for Alexander.
Well, and let's be honest. All right, we forgot this little important tidbit nugget. He's a Yinzer from the Still City. All right, he's going to be just fine. He's going to need a couple minutes to get warmed up, and then the Yinzer's going to come to play. You know, Katie said it best. Like a Yinzer coming back strong. Speaking of comebacks that have been strong, Chris Watson again loses his first match at the CSC Challenger Series this season. Does he win 10 in a row and win this season as well? This is almost like the position he wants to be in.
I'm inclined to believe so. I mean, that is exactly what he wants. He wants to be able to be the underdog. He doesn't want to be a favorite. He doesn't want to be a top shot. He doesn't even want to be really seen as a returning champion. He wants to be seen as a dart player that is coming up out of nowhere and is going to earn your respect rather than already have it. And that's the approach Watson's always liked.
Yep. The bar darter's trying just to keep doing his thing. A 40-person league getting started there on the same night as the CSC Challenger Series. How dare they?
Yeah, I don't know if that's their mixed league or not, but I keep up the posts from Mr. Mike Bates over there, and at this point we've gotten pretty accustomed to the Arizona darts community. I think we can all agree on that one. So, they have so many big things going on, and Bullshooters is definitely one of those venues where it's on my must-see list in Arizona, alongside, well, nothing else. That's just Arizona for
Kevin Luke in the chat saying, "What's up, guys? On the road to Virginia Beach."
Yeah, lots of people going to Virginia Beach for this weekend's events. Wish we were attending as well.
You're not going to be there?
No, I won't be there this year. It's a tough one for me to make, being that I travel around for all these other events. I'm going to try to stick local. I may try to go to Lawton next weekend, but we'll see. We'll see. Next up for me is going to be Cross Border Challenge for some interviews. Looking forward to that one. And then, of course, CSC Challenger Series every week.
Well, Amanda in there saying Wednesday nights there is the mixed doubles league out of Bullshooters. So there you go. Kix goes, "We also have the Grand Canyon." Thanks, Kix. We didn't know about that one.
Thanks, Kix. All right. Never mind. Arizona's high on my list now.
All right, guys. I'm going to be right back. I'm going to go blow my nose because you all know I need to.
Go ahead.
And I'll be right back.
Well, we'll talk about Kansas in the meantime, because what do we have? Not a lot.
Not a jersey.
Yeah, please don't do that, because we don't want everyone to leave by the time I get back.
Oh, okay. Well, just gonna start singing some tunage from back in the day. You know, why not?
Summer Lovin', you know?
No, not
you can be
that.
Travolta.
That was not what I was thinking, buddy.
All right.
Not at all. I was thinking like some prairie songs, but whatever. Big Trip 20 there from Chris Watson. He'll go for the close in the 16. Smart option as he goes ahead and does it. Putting Alexander's back against the wall here.
And this is the third leg, though, where we're seeing Watson being ahead, but only by a small point margin. And it's kind of led to these, like, he has hit 3-bull scenarios, and so far he has. But the question is, does that risk pay off every single time?
I mean, that is a good question. There's going to be, not every time it's not going to pay off, that's for sure. But look at this. I mean, this is looking promising for Chris Watson to go 3-0 up right now, though. There's no denying that.
I think if you looked at Chris Watson's stats for his last 6 darts or his last 9 darts and legs rather than his first 9 darts and legs, it would be pretty much near perfect with the way he's playing right now.
I would agree. With that. I mean, he went double bull, single bull last leg to win.
Yeah, after an 8 mark before that to get him that position.
Man, that's just insane to say, but that's the capabilities of a former champion. It makes you wonder if he feels he's got to feel a little less pressure than maybe the likes of Chris Alexander, being a newcomer to this CSC. He's got to feel a little less pressure, I believe.
I mean, Alexander's going to definitely be in the I'm here to prove why I belong. And while Chris Watson does not have to do that, I will say it's almost like the pressure of already being a returning champion does weigh a lot on his mind here. He's someone that wants the respect of the community, wants to show he can hang with the top dogs, and wants to show what he can do.
I do like that he calls himself the bar darter and just kind of keeps it nonchalant, plays it off like he's not so good. Why not?
Well, we're kind of the ones that gave him that nickname.
Well, he said it himself. He was a local bar player, like bar darter. No one knew who he was. He's just here because like he got the opportunity to play, and great, cool, that's awesome. Let's do that. And then he started having some success, and then started getting on the stream, and was just a likable person, and was always just so humble about it. You know,
Just say it how you really wanted to say it. He was a L7 weenie. You're welcome.
the kid's a square.
He's a square.
The Colossus of Clout. Colossus of Clout.
I couldn't resist that Sandlot reference. Coming up on some good months baseball around the corner, especially with last night's USA Japan match. That was good. That was nice.
Well, it was
you
almost
gotta
nice.
You got to dip your toes in the water a little bit. Why not?
Well, Mason Sasser, 14-year-old sensation, saying we never talk about the water in Wisconsin either. LOL. I don't even know what you guys are talking about.
Well, he's referencing a video that I posted yesterday.
The dancing?
So
The dancing queen?
Nah, there was a video inside that video that kind of bounced off too that people enjoyed just a little bit too much.
Was that the one that you're dancing on the bar?
You need to calm down with that talk here, sir.
I mean, I saw you taking off a shirt too.
That Wisconsin water, brother. Wisconsin water, it'll get you.
Teddy in there with the killing me smalls. It's my greatest reference. Darkwing Duck. Now there is the reference. The terror that quacks in the night.
Well, Watson with another trip 19, barely holding on to the lead here. Is Alexander going to look at the 19s here?
No.
He stays.
Good old DW. All right, speaking of DW, here's Chris W. Seeing if he can add to this. Guys, A to Z Darts is giving away a $15 gift certificate. It's probably the only reason why you guys are here. So just leave a comment in our chat. Who do you have? Where are you watching from? We know you want those $15 gift certificates from A to Z Darts.com. It can be used towards any product seen on the website and combined with any special. All you gotta do to enter in tonight's live stream giveaway, just leave a comment in the chat, hit that like button, which I said 3 times in that one sentence. There you go.
That's pretty dang easy, by the way. We don't require a share, but we'd appreciate it if you did. That's for sure. But, I mean, quick. Like and a comment. Come on. Watson can go 20s fairly early here.
Oh.
Go back.
He stayed.
And it didn't register, Sean.
I think that just means it threw it high. I don't know. All right, let's see if Chris can battle in here. He just needs to get one leg under his belt. It's always that first one, right? And he's getting frustrated. You can see it. Getting real frustrated. Single 20, single 20.
That is the disadvantage of playing with a little bit of fire. It's easy to get aggravated with yourself or just your darts in general. You'll probably see he's turning around the hat now. Soon he may start taking it off, start fidgeting with some stuff in the background. And the mind starts playing a trick on you. That's your worst enemy sometimes, is your own mind.
Brooklyn watching from Bologna. Trying to give you one here, bud.
Yeah, he's looking for Mike Maloney, isn't he?
Never mind.
Okay.
Not gonna just do whatever you want to do. No, I'm
You're
just kidding. I was trying to give you a mispronunciation on purpose.
Okay.
Devlin Laughing, watching from Messina, New York, upstate New York there. Teddy Connors, upstate New York there. That's 2 in a row there. And a lot of theirs for me. Yinzer kid got this, says Therese.
Big 19 there to close.
Let's just be pragmatic here. Chris Alexander was not pushed almost at all on his streamed match we saw. He got a chance to kind of start off really hot and then just coast into dominance. This is the exact opposite of what we're seeing right now, and I think this kind of shows maybe the psyche of his player a little bit of needing to get the first one under the belt before he truly feels comfortable with his own darts.
I don't know. You just put baloney in the chat, so that's why I said that, Brooklyn. Alex Bauman saying hat backwards always helps, right, Tim? Well, the backwards hat is a kill shot. That's when you're going kill shot there. It's like when you see Tiger Woods walking in on a Sunday of the Masters when there's red shirt and his backwards hat. You know he's going to win. Chris Citizen saying, man, I don't know what Chris to root for.
You root for yourself, Chris. That's who you root for. He was a partner of Mark Bond in the Nationals event. We kind of touched base with him down in Texas for their Nationals on Saturday.
Rick Askins with the dynamite drop-in of the chat. Chris will win 9-0.
Man, that is gutsy, sir. I don't know if that can happen.
I mean, Kick saying, I think him not having enough time to practice is what's going through his mind. I doubt it. I bet he does this often. I bet he goes straight from work to the dartboard often. I know I do. Do you, Will? Do you, Nick? Well, you guys don't have real jobs. Never mind. I'm just kidding. You do. Go for it.
I used to have to do that. Just go right from work to darts and try to figure it out. But usually within 10 minutes, you know, you're pretty set in stone. If you're active on the dartboard throughout the week, maybe getting your 15 minutes in the morning or 15 minutes in the afternoon, and then your session in the evening or whatever it may be.
Well, Chris said it, or he will say it. We're going to hear from him a little bit later on. But he used to wake up early, like in the morning, throw for an hour before going to work, get done with work, come throw for an hour. Like, and that's how he started playing. So I'm going to guess that work's not the issue here. I think he's just getting timely darts thrown against him at this point in time. You're going to see. Ooh, wire into the neighbors. So Chris Alexander, open lane here to really dominate this leg and get on the board. There he goes. See how smooth and quick he threw those 3 darts?
Yeah, he's put himself in a position where he's almost guaranteed this leg if he can produce a couple. I guess nothing's guaranteed, but about 90% sure he can pull this leg off fairly easy. But we'll see. And once you're on the board, it's different beast now. Now it's just producing those darts that you need to. 4.53. That is our highest average of the evening so far.
Yep, and it goes to Chris Alexander, who now makes it 3-1. Now the question is, as Chris is going to get his first look with the throw, he won the first 3 legs against the throw. Then Chris finally held his throw. Now can Chris battle back and win some against the throw on Chris?
Well, Chris,
I was having a hard time following that one towards the end. I started to get dizzy.
You're welcome.
Oh my goodness! Why, Carly and Caitlin? Why? I'm just kidding.
Yeah. Hey, how about this? Suzanne Morris Lawson in the chat as the league coordinator for Troy Bending. God bless you for that job, I'm sure. Here in Phoenix, I can tell you that we have a lot of fantastic bar darters out here. Most of them are currently or have played in our Monday Night Masters League at Bullshooters. Now it's in its 91st season.
That's a typo, right? 91st.
It has to be 19, right? Unless they run 3
I don't know.
seasons a year.
That's a long time if it's 91st.
Yeah, I'm about to say what? No way. Wow. Just wow. That can't be. Maybe they did deal tip back in the day, of course. I don't know. We'll see. Single 19,
Ooh.
big trip 17 from Watson.
Yeah, opens up a new wedge. Now he's starting to play a little bit of the chess aspect of cricket that we love. There you go. Not a typo. 91st is accurate.
Wow. Insanity.
That's got to be the highest, like the longest running
Now,
league.
is that consecutive years, or is that, how many
Well, it can't
seasons
be
are you running?
consecutive years. That'd
That's what
be
I'm about to say. Come on now.
impossible, right?
It's just eye popping. It's going to be what, 3 sessions, 4 sessions a year?
I thought Francisco just said I played in the league when it started. I was like, see, definitely not
Yeah, I was
91
about to
years.
say. I mean, kicks is kind. No, I'm just kidding.
Hey, boom goes the Yinzer there for Chris Alexander. I'm telling you, it's just such a blessing to have Pat McAfee in our area.
One of my absolute favorite things about Division 2 compared to Division 1 is in Division 1 you don't see too many big momentum swings, right? But in Division 2 it is all about momentum. You're going to see 3-leg runs, 3-leg swings in going back and forth, and it kind of makes this a little bit interesting as of which way this match is going to be going.
So you got 3 seasons a year.
Yeah, that is still very good. 3 seasons a year is very good, especially in Arizona, where there's a lot of things to do in Arizona when it comes to nice weather, being outside, lots of stuff going on. So
That's 30
kudos to
years.
them. Yeah,
Yep.
exactly. I mean, you're talking
That math.
football, baseball, all those activities they could do. I mean, yeah. Love
How
it.
about this? Kenny Doyle dropping 500 stars in the chat.
Oh
Thank you,
man.
Santa. Santa's giving us some presents.
Figured out his video call this week. And stars? What?
Oh boy.
I couldn't help it. Congrats on your win.
How about Adam
Monday
Cerveda in the
night there.
chat? Love that. Yeah, congrats on your win Monday night for sure. All right. Looking at Chris Watson, looking at the 16s, goes back to the 19s on Dart 3. Almost a 100-point lead. Nice. Big darts there from Chris Alexander. I actually threw in a... he got mad at the spelling of the name. That's amazing, by the way. I'm telling you, this is high quality stuff. You see Chris Watson again, patience, steps back, especially after a big moment from Chris Alexander. Gosh, Carly, we need to talk. All right. Boom goes the dynamite there for the Arizonian. Giving us the third 9 mark on the stream so far.
Well, I'm glad that you mentioned the momentum swings there, Nick, because our Division 1 is always gonna, it always seems to get our better viewership. And I mean, yes, there's some bigger names involved, and there is some great quality, high scoring affairs in there, but these guys can play, and the swings back and forth are so energizing, and just you love to see it as Chris Watson puts him one step closer to leading at the break.
Do you think you point on the 19s here real quick just to get rid of the Devils number there on the finishing score line?
Chris lives dangerously. Come on now. $5.25 and a 5.30, Sean.
Man, we're going to see if the 666 comes back to bite him. I'm not joking. Look at the chat. It's already starting with the 666.
You just had to say it.
Listen, I actually said it, I think, as Rick was putting his comment in there. So that's about 15 seconds that he put his comment in there before I mentioned anything. Just saying. Do you think the pace from Chris Watson's affecting Chris Alexander?
It very well could. I mean, Watson's not in a really big hurry. He never has been, but it's not a significant pace delay. But I mean, Alexander should be used to this. This is not a big deal. I mean, there's some people that take way more time than Chris Watson is, and that can be detrimental as he starts off with a nice 7 mark, that being Chris Alexander.
Yeah, man, look what's happening. I'm telling you. Chris trying to throw in a big 7 of his own to stay in this leg early. I mean, it's still a long way left to go in the leg, but you can definitely. Uh-oh. There's the breakfast you did not want to have today. And there's
Well,
my baby girl waking up.
uh-oh. There's a big triple with his last dart, but he would have loved a lot more than that. So let's see what Alexander does here. Trip 20, close the 18s. He will not. Just a single on the 18s.
Chad, be happy to look into that, bud. I'm surprised Chris went for a close there. That was an interesting move this early in the leg, but again, one that you kind of have to take to get back into the leg, I think.
Well, it's especially surprising because Watson, as we get a huge shot there from Alexander, Watson in history on the stream has always been a points heavy player. 100+ point leads were very common for him. I almost wonder if there's an intention behind the way he's been switching his strategy tonight and putting on a little bit extra heat.
Well, boom goes the dynamite there for Chris Watson. Just now it's 3 wedges to 2. That's only a 19 or 29 point difference, and that's only a close.
I do believe, and this is something that I've never said before, but I do believe it's a smart thing to not be consistent with the same strategy here when you're on the stream. People can take advantage of you down the road if you're playing that same strategy throughout the match. So it is nice to do some different strategies throughout the match, get some people confused per se as well, because you're not just playing. Yes, you're playing this match. You're in the last chance bracket here. You're on the loser side. But who's watching you for the next round?
Couldn't agree with that more. I think one thing you see with the CSC in particular is if you go in with the mentality of just outgunning the other guy, guess what? They all got the firepower. That's why they're in the same competition as you. And this one in particular, you can't just win off firepower. You're going to have to mix it up and catch people off guard and keep them on their toes.
That's why I occasionally throw a dart backwards. It's just, oh, never mind.
Like behind you? Like
No.
trying to injure the person? That's
Well, like you just
see how
turn around.
close they are. If they're NVGing, you'll be fine.
No, just turn around. Flight first. Why not?
Well, I was going to ask if there was actually a strategy that you guys thought about before you started playing a leg of cricket, because I just shoot at whatever number's open and hope that I hit it.
Well, here we go, Watson. Eyeballing the 15s. And nothing. 2 single 15s is not going to be enough. Alexander's going to be all over this. He's going to be 4-2, looking to go 4-3 into this break.
Yeah, reminder, this is a race to 9, all cricket format here. I can see Raul's in the chat. He loves his cricket. Saying cricket, the real rock and roll game that rocks. I like the way that gentleman uses words. What up for Green Bay, Wisconsin? Of course, we got to get the Wisconsinites in the chat. Hey, I saw your video today that you posted about the legalized sports gambling that the PDC is partnering with. That's wonderful.
Yeah, I mean that's could be a big deal when you kind of think about it. It's just the starting stages, but if they can implement themselves into all these different sports betting apps, it could be big things for U.S. darts and North American darts. So who knows? Maybe in the TOC being one of those games that you can bet on.
Ooh, now you're starting to talk some fun stuff.
You never know. I mean, it could lead to big things down the road. So I think we got a little confusion about.
One more leg.
Nope. Yeah, I think that he was just grabbing a drink, taking his time. Chris Watson doing Chris Watson things. I got one more leg here. There we go. Before our break. And we hope you join us and take a peek at these interviews we got for you during our break because they're good. They can make you laugh. They can make you get a giggle here.
Yeah, both guys are very confident without wanting to sound confident, and that always comes off a little humorous as we get a boom goes the dynamite there from Chris Watson right out the gate, and I hope that's exactly what that lady just screamed right in his face. That's all I can wish for. Baby is crying louder, so let's go in the opposite direction of good.
It's gone above and beyond good. It's going great, isn't it, Sean?
Well, my daughter's 1.5, and she'll just wake up in the middle of the night just to have full-blown conversations with you, but she babbles, so you have no idea what she's saying the whole time. It's adorable. It's so adorable. You guys, I have this congestion. She has it ×2 with like a real bad cough, which is why she's waking up in the middle of the night. And her voice just sounds so cute and raspy.
So there's a little trick I learned. You take a cardboard box, put that outside. Just kidding.
Oh, I thought you were even gonna worse and be like, all right, so here's a trick I learned. You take a pillow.
No way. I love every bit of my kiddo, but there's times where it's just like, oh, buddy, what are you on right now?
Rocky, we have been waiting for this moment. Why does the board say it's 4-3 when the score says 4-2? Well, that is because the board will count the cricket or the 3-dart count up, which is their diddle to start the match. So that is the reason for the scoreboard saying it's 4-3. It is actually 4-2. The correct score will always be at the top of the screen for you to utilize and look at anytime you please. And we got ourselves a match here, right? If Chris Alexander wins this leg, 4-3 is a very typical scoreline.
Oh yes, definitely. I mean, that's an easy deal to come back from. Honestly, it's not a hard task by any means. I mean, it just takes one leg at the break or after the break, and then you're right back, and then you can just go about your business and hopefully win it down. At the end of this race to 9, but we'll see. We'll see who goes into this break with the advantage. That being the just winning the leg advantage.
Yeah. It's very true. I wonder if Alyssa is there tonight. Alyssa Evans in the chat saying, "That a boy Watson, let's go." If you remember when Mike Carter was on the stream a couple weeks ago, she was yelling out big shots before they actually happened, causing him to take steps back, which is wonderful. Hey, you love having those people behind you, though, right? Like those are the people that you giggle at because you know their enthusiasm is infectious, and it's one of those things that can carry you when you need it.
She was definitely cheering at TOC too. I don't know if you guys remember that one, but I think we heard her there as well.
All the way back in our back room, we heard her there.
I, for one, am for the cheering. All right. I got your back, Alyssa.
Look at this from Watson as he continues to hit triple after triple, trying to put himself at a 5-2 advantage going into the break. Oh, what a shot there from Chris Alexander. An 8 mark there. Now this is a difficult task here. A little bit more easier said than done situation. 3 bulls for the win.
Yeah, a little dum 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 under pressure. So now Chris Watson, CA, gonna get a shot here at 4 bulls.
Single.
I literally
Ooh.
just looked at Chris Watson's bullseye, expecting that to show up a dart. That's what just happened. I want you to know that.
Well, Watson just needs 1 now.
Yeah.
And this is a 5-2 advantage, and that is a different beast than 4-3, Sean.
It is still very doable. It's only 2 breaks a throw technically for Chris Alexander. More than doable, but yeah, definitely gonna see what happens here as we head to our break. 5-2 score line. I apologize. Chris Watson, the bar darter, defeating Chris Alexander. Alexander the Great, or Gralexander the 8, if I was going to mess that up again. Man, 5-2. I'm excited. Stay tuned for these interviews. Sean Green, Will Stewart, Nick Dichiria will be back right after this break. Don't go anywhere, guys.
My name is Chris Alexander. I'm playing out of Squirrel Hill Sports Bar, and I play for H. Lazar Son.
Well, Chris Alexander, welcome back to the CSC Challenger Series. We're excited to have you again. Last time we saw you, you put on quite the fireworks for us in a very dominant display. Can you tell us about your last match we saw on stream?
Well, it was my first live stream match for the CSC that I was new to, so I wanted to, in a sense, put on a show, like show people who I am and what I can do and what I'm capable of within my game for people that didn't know who I was.
Well, you certainly put on a show. You were playing dang near perfect the whole time, and right now you currently have the 2nd highest average in Division 2. But that being said, the next week, Maya Berger, you played him. Tell us what happened in that match.
So Maya's a great guy. We've been talking ever since then. We've been texting back and forth a little bit here and there, congratulating him on his wins, whatever. And I started out good, had a couple rough legs here and there, but overall I still finished shooting very well. The first 16 legs of the match I closed, or I at least pointed on whatever number I started at first. Won the last diddle, went first in the 17th leg, and didn't close the 20, and it was what killed it.
Well, tonight you're going against someone that's not going to give you any breaks. Chris Watson, previous champion of CSC Division 2. What's going to be your strategy to come out on top?
Same thing I've done the last few weeks. Just stay on the points until I have to move. Take the calculated risks when I can and hope it pays off.
And then, now that was your first time having a stream match. This last time we saw you for the CSC in particular. How did it feel playing on the stream there? Did it feel like it added any pressure, or did it feel it was like riding a bike?
I joke around with everybody around Pittsburgh, just all my friends, and they always force me to hit darts, and I say pressure's my middle name, whether I hit the darts or not. Just joke around, have fun in the moment. But at first you feel it like a little bit, and then you start out throwing well. So it kind of just, after that, shifted away, and I didn't feel like it was there for me at all.
And then what do you want to say to anybody that's going to be watching along? Any friends, fans, family, anybody else?
I just want to thank you all for the support, as always. It means a lot that people all over the country are reaching out, messaging me about my matches, supporting me. Thank you all. Thank my sponsors, Super Darts, Extreme Darts. Thank you all for what you all do, and I'm going to try to go out and get the win for you again.
Well, we've certainly seen some electricity from Chris Alexander, and we're excited to see what happens again on your Division 2 matchup against Chris Watson. We wish you nothing but the best of luck.
I am Chris Alexander, and you are watching the CSC Challenger Series.
My name's Chris Watson. I play out of Bull Shooters in Phoenix, Arizona, and Troy Vending is the vendor.
Well, the bar darter, Chris Watson, makes his return. Previous Nationals 4K winner, amongst the previous CSC winner as well. For those who are going to be watching for the first time, can you give us a rundown of how you got into darts?
Sure. I've been playing for about 20 years. My brother got me into it, and I just progressively stuck with it. I had to take some breaks due to mentally not being fun anymore or had health problems. But now I'm in a place where it's fun, and I just play a league once or twice a week, and that's it, really.
Well, in season 2, we saw you go on a heck of a tear as you made it to the finals and double dipped Daryl Cortez Diesel. Can you tell us a little bit about that run?
Yeah, it was. I won my first match. I played Daryl the second round. I was up 7-4, and then I got nervous and I lost concentration, and he came back and beat me, which that's my own fault, learning experience. And then from that point on, I ran, I think 10 in a row. I don't know, but I just took it one night, one match at a time.
Well, tonight you're going to need to have every ounce of energy because you're going against the second highest average and someone that really impressed us, Chris Alexander. What's going to be your game plan?
I don't have a game plan. Just play darts. Play darts. I've been here before. I know what it takes. Averages don't mean nothing. So I'll be there. It'll be a good match.
And then with that being said, let's say you do another deep run like you had in season 2. What would you do with that prize money if you won?
Probably pay for gas, since it's $5 a gallon in Phoenix right now. So no, to be honest, it'll probably pay for my trip to KC, maybe do some house stuff, but that's a long time away. So that's 2 months away. Ask me when I'm there. We're just getting to the point where I'm getting my money back. So just ask me when we get to that point, and I'll give you a better answer.
Well, big proclamation there. Anything you want to say to your friends, fans, family, or anybody else watching along?
Nope. Thanks for everybody. That roots me on. Cheers for me every day. My dart, the dart world stuff. I appreciate it. It doesn't go unnoticed. So whether you're here in person or online, cheering me on, I really appreciate it. Thanks for Mike Bates for giving us this platform to do this on. And thanks for TOC and giving us this platform for the players like us to show what type of skill that we have.
Well, you heard it here. The bar darter proclaims we're going to see him in the finals. Going up tonight, though, against Chris Alexander, and we wish you nothing but the best of luck.
This is Chris Watson, and you're watching the CSC Challenger Series.
Breaking news from the PPD.
What? That was it? Well, welcome back, I guess, to the CSC Challenger Series, brought to you by Partners Promoting Darts. I'm Sean Green. I don't know where Will Stuart went, but some crazy awesome announcer guys in our are on board now. Will? Do you want to know how to become eligible to play major PPD events like the CSC Challenger Series?
Let's hear it. Is this for Mason?
It is for Mason Sasser, who messaged me personally in a private message. So Mason, players become eligible for those by playing in PPD leagues and daily remote tournaments, or DRTs. Leagues are starting daily. Get involved by going to dartstoc.com and checking out our map. The map will show any location with G3 boards within the PPD system. They are always accepting new members, so if you're not seeing anything in your area, have your vendor contact us on the website, Mason. From there, players can sign up for leagues on the website. It's double leagues, Mason, so you got to play with your dad. It doesn't take a ridiculous amount of games to be eligible either. Consistently playing one league a week will keep a player eligible for this event in the future. Again, Mason, go to dartstoc.com to get signed up today.
our frame rate went all of a sudden down to like like Sega Genesis graphics there for a second.
Hey,
Oh my gosh.
smoother than a freshly shaved baby. I'm
He's
telling you
looking
what.
for he's looking for it.
There you
Go
go. He
down,
went
go
down.
down, go down. Oh yes. Beautiful.
Brooklyn, we never know
Beautiful.
what Nick is doing in the background.
Listen,
Never.
we had to check out the beautiful moisturizer that Chris Watson uses.
If the players don't check their phones when I say you're good to start throwing again, I'm going to take advantage of the situation. All right? I feel like that's a good trade-off.
Yeah, they should know that they're back
Yeah.
now. Like, you should automatically know.
Tonight,
Hey, I do want to shout out that jersey, by the way. Veterans, too many of them are losing their life by suicide due to PTSD. So please, if you're a veteran and you are in need, reach out. You are not alone, and there are so many that are also facing the same thing that do not know how to handle being at home after a long tour. So please reach out if you need help.
touche on that one. Now on a less serious note, tonight's stream is sponsored by Barbasol. Barbasol, the preferred shaving cream of Chris Watson.
And babies.
Barbasol, if you would like to sponsor us for real, that would be fantastic.
But you're second on our list to Hey Dudes, and I want you to be okay with that.
Yeah. Time for some I mean, if we're talking semi-decent sponsorship money, Barbasol probably would be.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Hey Dudes would be the ultimate, like, dang good money right now. And then, like, what about Shoes for Life? Hello. All right, let's get this fiasco started, boys. We're tired of, like, kind of running this thing into the ground because that is exactly what we're doing right now.
Jeremy Drapo saying, I'm looking forward to meeting you all in Vegas.
We're looking forward to that as well. If you're going to be at NDA Team Dart, come by the streaming area.
Hey, how about Jacob Adelfinger in the chat saying, what's up, fellas? What's up, brother? Got to meet him at Booyah Cup.
Yeah, we did. A nice little qualifier, on-site qualifier finale got posted today on USA Darts as well. So go check that out. Watch him play. Cool little video there. A lot of that Booyah Cup will come out here in the next coming days. So make sure you're keeping an eye out on our platforms. Chris is not liking that woman being there, I feel.
I don't know.
I'm just going to be honest. I mean, I saw him earlier kind of shimmying people the other way, like, hey, watch out. He's telling her right now, yep.
Yeah, get away from my board. Man, he went from bar darter to kicking people off the board next to him. That's what I like to see.
Don't forget where you came from.
No. Not at all. It's not that. That's not the case at all. I completely understand what he's saying, especially like she's not even throwing on the same side that he throws on or anything like that. He throws from the far other side of the line. It's just comfortability, sight lines.
They may be used to that too, as the CSC. They kind of block everybody off or whatever. And maybe she just didn't understand that one. So
again, start of the Wednesday league. There's now 40 people, 20 teams in that bar playing their mixed league.
True. Well, it's also the fact that like if it started that way and she was on the board next to him from the get-go, that's one thing.
Yeah.
Like you're going to be okay with that. Like they're already there, whatever. But if you're not used to someone being there and all of a sudden you're in this intense focused match where if you win an extra $100, you lose, you only get your money back. You want to kind of have the same sight lines that you've had the entire time. And I mean, you can just skybox it up and put on some ropes, or just boom goes the dynamite there for Chris Watson, coming out of the break, setting dynamite on fire.
Oh boy, it's gonna be a tough task for Alexander. He's got it. Go ahead and close out the 19s there. Okay, alrighty. We'll see if what Watson does here.
Guys, let us know who you have in this one. It's 5-2 Watson over Alexander. Let us know in the chat. Doing so will automatically enter you into tonight's live stream giveaway brought to you by A to ZDarts.com. For tonight's live stream giveaway, A to Z Darts is giving away a $15 gift certificate to their website. It is good for any purchase on their website. And hey, if you spend $45 or more, free shipping. Who doesn't love free shipping? I will pay an extra $20 for free shipping.
Okay. No, that's a pretty good option if you buy like a dartboard or something. You don't have to worry about the shipping. Who doesn't love that? Chris, looking for the 16s here to go ahead and close those out. Yeah, this is why I don't know about that close from the 19s on Chris. I mean, granted, Chris Watson was ahead by a little bit.
It was
I
a
felt maybe just I think that Alexander maybe was just throwing a dart to hope to gain an advantage his next go around, and maybe it just didn't work in his favor. Goes all the way over to the opposite side of the throw line there. Unfortunately, doesn't find anything.
Coming out cold out of the break. We've seen that happen before, but again, he'll be fine. It's the problem though is that he cannot continue to lose legs against the throw or with the throw. Doing so just puts him more and more behind, and Chris Watson just has not lost a single leg going first yet. I mean, those are just the facts of the evening so far.
Seth Shade and Patrick Baker and Therese. They think it's going to be Alexander 9-7, 9-8. That could potentially happen. If that's going to happen, Alexander's going to have to find some momentum here. Currently throwing a 3.14, not the best of averages in this leg. In all honesty, as Watson's sitting at a 4.86 right now, a whole almost mark and a half better. That is a mark and a half better, Will. Good job. Pat on the back there, as he hopes to win this leg right here and make this a 6-2 scoreline.
It is a 6-2 scoreline, and shout out to our second favorite button pusher, Mr. Brian Henry, in the chat.
The most decent button pusher around. Well, we didn't mention it. I wanted to mention going in to this leg.
The low fives. Sorry, go ahead.
Going into this leg, going into that previous leg, it was a 4.35 for Watson, and it was a 4.22 average for Chris Alexander. So that was kind of where they sat after the break. And that was a 4.77 there and a 3.13 from Alexander. So definitely going up is Chris Watson.
Well, Northern Indiana's Dave Figg in the chat saying he's going to take Watson 9-5. Here's what I love, man. You have like Kevin Anthony, right, who's in there saying Chris Alexander 9-6. That would mean that Watson doesn't win another leg, right? And you have Patrick Baker in there saying ebbs and flows, baby. Tides are about to turn. This is why there's so many Pittsburgh Steelers fans. This is why. That's why they're all over the country, and it's because if you are Pittsburgh strong, you are Pittsburgh strong. Yinzers for life. So I don't care if it's 9-2 Watson. You ask the chat who's going to win. They're going to say 10-9 Alexander, even though it's only a race to 9. This is how they roll, and I love it. Love every second of that.
It's an Indiana gentleman talking right now.
Yep.
Talking highly on Pittsburgh people.
Oh, listen, our dart areas are like good unified dart family areas. They're the best, man. They are absolutely the best. You got Phoenix, Arizona. You got Pittsburgh, PA. You got Boston. Upstate New York has a great community. New York has a great community. All the DP, NYFL, all those. Indy's got a great dart community. Of course, Wisconsin. Of course, Florida. I mean, they're all over, and every single one of them, they love their hometown players. And that is why darts is going to grow in this.
Certainly will. How about this? I saw that a link was provided there for Copy Sport or bracket. I'm just going to go over that real quick. Jeremiah Berger, Brett Hollanday is your king seat match. Do we know when that's going to happen, fellas? Is it possibly next week, maybe the week after? Maybe we'll just leave it at that as we get a 9 mark there from Chris Watson.
There you go.
Taylor Hedman and Jason Hawkinson, they're going at it right now. Lavelle Sterling and Kix, they'll be going at it soon, I believe, as Kix was in the chat. Don't think that's happening tonight. Larry Keith and Aaron Ham as well. Winner of that one will play the winner of this one.
I knew I shouldn't have started mentioning actual cities.
Exactly. That was a tough one.
How about
Brandon Neal still sitting in there. Sorry, and I wanted to say Daryl Cortez is still sitting in there as well. Can't leave those guys out. Apologies. Go ahead.
No. I'm good. I got those 2 cities out. We're good. Blah. John Pilgrim, what's up, Pilgrim?
Pigworm.
Good
Get it
old
right.
Pigworm.
All
right.
Couldn't resist.
How does Alexander go about doing this? It depends on what Watson does here, right?
Yeah, Watson needs to hit a couple triples here. Not going to happen. So he goes up for the close. That was a gutsy move. He's down by 101 here. So 2 big closes from Chris Alexander on the 16s and 15s would be handy. I would go up here.
Yeah, he does. Well, the white belt from Omaha overheard his name.
Yeah, good weekend for Mr. Omaha in Omaha this past weekend.
Yeah, that's good to see.
It's probably because he was getting to sleep at home. The upper hand was in his favor. It wasn't skills, was it? Just kidding.
Well,
Great. He played great.
How about a wide open round there from Mr. Watson? So here comes Chris Alexander. So there's a couple things throwing me off with these names tonight. I'm going to be completely honest with everyone. Okay, the first one is that I actually went to school with a Chris Alexander back in all throughout, elementary school through high school. Giant school system. I knew Chris Alexander really well. Looks kind of like him, I'm going to be honest with you. It'd be crazy if it's the same person. But it's not, because it's Pittsburgh. So then Chris Watson. In Indy, there used to be a famous local establishment that was Watson's. And they sold things that I have never bought in my entire life, like pools and hot tubs and those types of things, right? Pool tables. That's Watson's, all right? And that was actually their catchphrase. But that commercial was on all the time. So whenever I see Chris Watson, I just think of that commercial.
Why not? Why not?
You weren't listening to me at all. That's why.
I was. Don't you worry. I just don't care.
That was
There
a
we
hard one to
go.
respond to, Sean.
6.3 for Chris Alexander. Fair enough. I tried to go off a tangent. Didn't work out very well. Sometimes I'll start a sentence. I don't even know where it's going. I just hope I find it along the way. And sometimes I don't find it.
Fodder in chat.
That was
Love
a
it.
good leg for Alexander. What was that, a 4.22? Is that what I saw?
Yes. And that's a good bounce back leg for him. Still below what they are shooting in the CSC Challenger Series this session, you know?
Yeah, I mean, that's what I didn't want to point out, but you just pointed it out for us is, yeah, they're still struggling just a little bit here to kind of collect on their normal averages in this CSC. So it could kind of spark at any moment. That's what Chris is hoping for. Maybe that leg will do it for him.
Both of them. And only a close there from Watson. So Alexander kind of let off the hook here with the open. This is where the player advantage rule comes into play, by the way. 6-3 scoreline, so Chris will go first again in this leg. If it does become 6-4, Watson will go first from that point again. So if it gets within 2, that's where it goes back to normal loser starts. But if it's outside the 2, that's where you're going to get the PPD player advantage rule. We're going to see. We mentioned this at the beginning. and it might have been one of those like curse type statements, those commentator curse statements, where we have not seen it affect anything yet. We're going to see if it does now.
And just in case it does, that was the wonderful Sean Green that pointed that out to us. So just so everyone knows in the background who said it.
Fair enough. Mr. Mario. It is 6-3. The scoreline is correct up top. They always count the diddle, the 3-dart count up in the scoreline on the screen, on the player screen, the board screen. So you want to look at our scoreboard to get the actual scoreline. Chris Alexander won the diddle, so that's why it looks like it's 6-4.
Yeah, it is a tough thing, but it does count that opening count up as a game, which is very deceiving, as I found out in the PPD Nationals event, as I was all over the place trying to guess what format was coming. Whoopsie.
Yeah, unfortunately, with the way that they do these remotes matches and whatnot, it's kind of hard to have a better solution other than having them play a whole separate league where they do the diddle, then reload everything, and it kind of breaks the pace of everything. So it's one of the things you kind of just have to deal with a little bit there, but we do apologize for the confusion.
I don't know why.
Oh my
it keeps happening
gosh.
to him, but it does.
That would have been a huge, huge 8 mark there from Chris. We'll see if Watson can. Nope. Wow. My, how the turntables in this leg. 3.6 to a 3.4. We don't see that too often, but here's the deal. It's still a close leg, and I love that. I don't care what those averages are. This might be one of the most intriguing legs of the entire match, because CA needs to win these. And right now, he's finding a way to scrap it out. Unable to get that trip 15, though, so the turntables might turn one more time.
4 mark for Watson's all he's looking for.
Big trip 15. He did not. Just 2 single 2s there. So Alexander to close does so. Now to the bulls. This could be a 2-leg spin here.
It could, or Chris could hit 4 bulls here and not shock us at all.
Yeah, that could be the case. We'll see.
Nope. Not going to do it now. And how about a with legs wide open, like that one was for him. And here we go. Double bull. First start, 66 to 53 on the scoreline, a 3.41 to a 3.0. Again, still such a close leg. That was intriguing.
Sean, I just want to let you know, bud.
Dang it. That's why you're going to let me go on it.
Terrible voice.
Well,
Absolutely
I'm
horrendous.
sick. I'm just sick.
You're
That's
the
problem.
William Hung of American Idol contestants. Man, you're disappointing me.
Well, listen, if you want us to go into our singing/dance skills, we can do that.
Watson
I
with
think
a
you got a
4-mark
job
opener.
at Coyote Ugly if you want one.
I could very well get that job at Coyote Ugly.
I love Finn in the chat saying, let's go darts fans. Former student, always showing love. Love to see it.
Patrick still holding on here. He says the benefits of long format. He says things always change in regards to his previous post picking Chris Alexander to win.
Did you guys see the little trap that Alexander set there? taking that 4 mark on the 19 and then throwing his third dart to close the 20s and hits it. Then kind of almost baiting Watson to do much of the same through the 4 mark in the 18s, but did not close the 19 and put himself in a risky position. Unfortunately there, Alexander did not capitalize, but a really good trap setting there and trying to keep this game close. I think it was really good strategy on his part there.
You actually really like that move when I play, is to go the 19s route. And even if I don't get that 20, like above that 20, to close that higher number is always a little bit of a game changer. So one of those moves that you don't expect in the moment if you're the opponent, but one that afterwards you're gonna be like, yeah, that makes perfect sense almost every time.
One of those 7 marks, and really one of those shots in general, where that third dart, it only matters if you hit a single.
Yep.
Otherwise, does nothing on that number you didn't close because it's still open. And sometimes it's good to throw that because Watson, a notorious point-heavy player, felt like he almost had to answer back with much of the same. In this case, it did work out for Watson, but a lot of times it's not the case.
Let's see what CA can put in here. 5 marks it. So here we go.
Yeah, Watson with a subtle advantage here. Now a big advantage. Onto the 15s. No
Oh.
bulls. I like it.
Oh, that is a kill shot if I've ever seen one.
I love it. That was great.
That was dirty.
Now you've made Nick start singing in the background, and now
Hey,
I
my
gotta be like
microphone was
him.
muted when I said that.
Yeah,
all right?
I know, but I still have to deal with it, which is bad because then I'm gonna laugh.
Yeah, how many people in the chat have sang Creed in the last minute and a half? Guaranteed at least 2.
Oh, I guarantee there's more than that.
Oh.
I mean, guilty as charged.
Look here, Chris. We don't need to sandbag here, okay? We can just close it out.
Get out of here.
We don't need to get those averages lower, okay?
I know he's not happy about that one.
No, not at all. And that is where one of those situations happens where someone just gets upset at the opponent when they're just trying to hit the dart. Nobody's perfect. All right, 4.26 though. Pretty darn good from Chris Watson. As you see the voodoo spells being cast here. 7-4 score line. They got the voodoo and the 666 going, and I don't even want to talk about those beer buckets on the back table there that seem to have a devilish figure on them. So
David got in chat trying to change up the song on the jukebox of commentators.
That's in regards to a certain doozy of a video that came out yesterday on someone's Facebook page.
If just look up someone's Facebook page on Facebook, I'm sure you'll find it.
Will Stuart Dancing Queen. That's all you need.
Big switch to the 18s here. Great 7 mark.
Huge start. And I love the people coming into the background to celebrate the big shots and get some airtime. That's always appreciated, you know?
Something tells me that gentleman hanging on to Watson can boogie if he wants to. Like, he can get down, brother.
Oh, I thought you meant like he can leave. Like Chris is like, I'm done with this person.
No.
He just won't stop talking to me. He has no idea what's even going on. He just keeps talking to me about pool.
Based on that little move he just made, oh yes. Oh yeah, give it to me. Oh
I love it. Got left hanging, but I still love it.
I told you he can move, man.
No, he does have some good moves back there. You know what? I appreciate the fact that they are throwing in some good
keep it entertaining,
college
man.
bench moves.
Yeah. No, just having a crowd around you is way better than nobody in the bar. Maybe 3 people, like old farmer Fred sitting at the bar drinking by himself with his old whiskey. saying, "Oh boy, I remember when I used to play back in the day."
Oh boy. That sounds like a Kansas thing.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. He's been
David,
he's been sitting at the bar since about 10 a.m.
David Gott saying these guys have button pushers yet? I love it.
Well, Watson's not too far from putting this leg out of
Yeah.
order here. Look at this. Just one bull needed and a almost 6+ leg.
How about a 5.75? And that person who keeps walking into the picture frame is playing in mixed doubles. After she throws, she's literally coming down and watching Chris throw because that's what
Oh,
she cares about.
that is so great.
And that's wonderful. Unless you're her partner. Then you're like, what are you doing? Just throw the 19s, Tina. Come on. He
What
goes
the-
double bull first start to make it a 5.77 in the leg because we forgot the points matter in cricket.
Well, my word, Chris Watson kind of putting this in order, it seems, as he's just one leg away. Alexander here, he's going to have to light a fire. He's getting a little pump up from the gentleman next to him, having a little combo before he steps to the line.
Hey, it's now or never. Edub in the chat. And I love this little like turnaround that he does. He goes, "Those are water buckets back there, LOL." And then he goes, "Nothing like some good whiskey." Like, all right, Edub. That is the quickest turnaround 180 that I've ever seen in 2 comments. Suzanne goes, "Her partner's used to it, LOL." I love that. Suzanne, if I'm ever in Phoenix, I'm hitting you up. We're gonna need to hang out at Bullshooter. Or Bullshooters. I don't want to confuse that with the tournament. Bullshooter. Different thing. All right. The bar darter trying to close this thing out.
We start off with a nice 7 mark. That's helpful. He's going to look for at least a triple here before he goes up. He can't find. No, he goes up off the bat. Okay.
Yep.
I was figuring the way he's been playing, he'll kind of hesitate a little bit, but no, goes right at it.
Hey, Eric Ramsey, what's up, brother? Yeah, and here's why. And you're gonna agree with me when I say it. He has the ability to take these risky shots.
He's pretty prominently ahead. I think there's no reason not to. So I don't see a problem with it by any means. I just figure maybe he'll stick with the same old. But then again, I mentioned earlier, change things up a little bit here and there.
Well, Chris goes 7 mark on the 20s, and he was not moving at any point in time after the first 2. Mike Redmond, I'm just saying, I could use a good trip to Phoenix.
Good verbiage there.
I love it. You guys remember that commercial? It was like an old commercial.
Well, not really, bud.
You probably don't remember like the 1-800-COLLECT commercials. Like the Bob, we had a baby, it's a boy.
Nope, don't remember that at all.
Oh, man. Best commercials ever. The
So
1-800-COLLECT commercials.
going into the break is a 4.22 for Chris Alexander. Currently, right now, 3.94. So he's definitely kind of fallen off just a little bit here. Needs to find it again. He's trying, that's for sure. There it is. Huge.
Lit in there saying, "Go, Chris A."
For those wondering about Watson's average, There's a 4.35 going into the break. Currently a 4.34. So he's pretty much stayed pretty consistent.
And you remember that's a couple of legs in the threes, including the 3.00.
Yeah, he had a 3.80 and a 3.00 in there.
Yeah.
So, but he also had his best leg of the night, which was a 5.77,
Yep.
which is a tasty average. So you got to put those in the mix too. Good counteract on the 3.0 to have a 5.77 in there, but backs against the wall in this leg. He's got to find an answer.
Well, and that's because Alexander is up against the wall for the rest of this match.
Yep.
So, and this is where you're going to see him put his best foot forward. And this is where you see this all the time, right?
You get relaxed.
Nothing to lose.
Yep,
Nothing
you get
to
relaxed. You get relaxed. You maybe those tense muscles get loose, and you find your way through it.
It's now or never, so it might as well be now. Appreciate you, Nick.
There's a double 15.
I figure I'll say thanks.
He's taking care of his friends, buddy.
I know. You're welcome too. All right, Chris Alexander, to make it 8-5 and to stay alive and to ruin my rhyme. Supposed to be rhyme, but
So this match is far from over. So I'm not going to talk about it too much in the way of like negativity here, as it's still certainly possible for Chris Alexander to make a comeback.
by the way, he's about to do just that. Go ahead.
That being said, he is a up-and-coming player that's been playing for 4.5 years, and when he inevitably will rewatch this, because I know for a fact that especially the younger players and the players newer to the game, they love rewatching this and learning as much as they can from this experience. I don't base too much on how this match went. Your first match on stream showed exactly what you can do in the right headspace with the right amount of practice and feeling good. It's a game of mindsets, and you proved that when we thought the last time we watched Chris Alexander, we thought we were watching a Division I match for the first half of it. He was lighting it up. And so same thing here, regardless of how this goes, don't be too hard on yourself when you watch this back and saying shoulda, coulda, woulda. Just take this as another growth opportunity to find the next step.
Oh yeah, losses are what builds your career. I mean, a good dart career. You're gonna have to go through those tough ones and take it on the chin before you inevitably win tournaments. I mean, we've all been there. We've all suffered those round one exits and those unfortunate draws that maybe we want back, but nope. You just gotta keep chugging.
Well, if losses help build dart careers, then Sean must have never lost. I mean, that's impressive.
I've never lost.
Not never lost.
I've never been about that. I've never been about that life. Chris Alexander makes it 8-5, and he keeps staying alive. As here we go. Scott Hanisch is here, ladies and gentlemen. Hopefully he has us muted, because we don't need this good talent going to waste on those ears. Right, Will? That's what you always say to me.
Yes, exactly. Exactly. Let me tell you what, Scott Hanisch, that guy, getting the ugly.
Scott Hanisch from Hanisch Gaming?
No.
Yeah. Well, are you John or Pat?
Well, Brett Favre, as I always
Pat.
say.
Okay, you're Pat then. That was so bad that it automatically changes it up. Also,
Well,
I have the size of John Madden.
I was
versus
just
you.
about to say, you got the belly of John. Ooh.
Dibs on Tony Romo here.
Oh boy.
You've already been decided. You're Joe Buck, young Buck.
Yeah, there you go, young buck. Nick Dichiria in the background here, throwing in his one-liners, left, right, and center, just like his darts.
Watson taking a second. He took a step, then drops a dart. Now he's going to take a step back and refocus again.
We actually had this mentioned earlier, and I'm going to go ahead and say it because Tina Zekas in there saying Jaeger bombs help. You think of a company that should sponsor darts. Jaeger should be at the top of that list, hands down. The Booyah Cup, they literally said that I was listening to the bartenders, they bring in Jaeger specifically for just that dart event every year.
Yeah.
That's all you got. It's the elixir of life for dart players.
Just no, just no. No for me. How about Chris Watson with a nice 7 mark there? Alexander's got to find something here. He's got to find at least a 7 mark. There it is.
Lena, don't ruin the sponsorship opportunity. Gosh, come on now. Josh Hill asking, what's y'all's next big stream?
We have NDA Team Dart. Well, we'll be at the Cross Border Challenge to do some interviews, so that's going to be fun. We got
That is my
NDA
next
team,
big stream.
NDA Team Dart. We've got Whammo right behind that, and then we're working on possibly something in the background as well for some more. How about this? Oh, another nice 7 mark from Chris Alexander.
Yep, back's against the wall, and he is playing like he's got nothing to lose early on. And again, the player advantage here in place, but this is the last leg that it is in place. He still needs to win 2 legs against the throw as Chris Watson throws in it. Boom goes the dynamite right there.
And we're
The 8.
seeing some love once again from the people at Bull Shooters. Man, they get hypey.
Oh yeah.
I wonder if they do it like they do for the little kids soccer games, like just when he walks in, there's just a tunnel full of hands for him to walk through. Dude, how epic of a walk in would that be?
Is that what we're going to do for TOC this year?
We might have to do it for TOC this year.
I like it. I like it a lot. Steven, you're way too kind to us. I'm way, way, way too kind to us. But we truly appreciate that. We know that that is just not the case for quite a few people that have ears. But we appreciate that. We try our best. We have fun. And the dart players make it real easy. The backpack, not so much, though.
Appreciate it, Sean.
Existence of Riley.
Never mind, I'm not going to say that.
Existence of Riley has just been the only person thrown in the C word tonight. Everyone's else forgotten about it.
No, there's been a few. There's been a few. I always see them, buddy.
I think my personal favorite moment of the stream is when Will was talking about going through the cartoon and then he chose the word catalogs. I appreciated that.
I love that. Did you see? I love that you pointed that out because that was my goal. Is to say I'm going to avoid this and hope they say it, and finally you bring it out. Congrats to you, sir.
What's this saying? Archive?
Listen, we're just going to say Chris Watson can go ahead and close these 18s here if he so
And the
chooses.
16s.
How about this? How about this?
And he gives a point. He gets a little slappy slap on the tuchus while still standing at the line. That's a big round. And unfortunately, Chris, only a 3 mark to match. So Watson has free reign now. So go for the title. It does need to be said that he has had trouble on bulls a little bit tonight.
He has, but here we go. No. Needs 3 still.
Chris, you ain't a wolf in there, bud. I definitely would be finding myself at bullshooters in Arizona if I'm ever there. Here we go. Chris Watson. The bar, darter, because dar is not a word still.
Gar.
Well, he dar-barted that round.
Yeah,
He
difficult.
cannot win it here. Even with 3 in the black, it did not win the match, but that puts a little bit of pressure on.
Just a little bit.
Dun, 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 dun,
Just
dun.
needing 2 for the win here. Chris Watson to advance.
Un más, por favor. There it is. The win for Chris Watson. As you see the background, everyone's going to stop for a split second there, except for that lady right there on the far right. She could care less. She's just waiting for me to calm down so she can throw her darts. Please get out of my way.
Let's get a tunnel. Let's get a tunnel. No.
I love it. I love it. Wasn't that his partner from this weekend too?
I'm not sure on that one.
I feel like it totally was.
I don't know if that's Will or not. The gentleman's name is Will. I do remember that.
Well, either way, Chris Watson gets it done. The bar darter from Phoenix, Arizona, takes out the Yinzer from Pittsburgh, who had a very fantastic first season in the CSC Challenger Series. And I want that to be known to get your money back, to get through half the field as a first timer, only playing 4.5 years darts competitively, buddy. The sky is the limit for you, sir.
Yes, well said there, Sean. 9th through 12th is a nice thing to put in your back pocket here for this CSC Challenger Series for your first go around. But
Yep.
How about this beautiful picture from Chris Watson? Man,
The-
was that
the
professionally
lighting.
done, Chris?
The lighting
Yeah.
makes me so jealous.
That Arizona sun, baby. That Arizona sun. Is he still rolling in it here into the next match where he'll either take on, was it Larry Keith or Aaron Ham? There we go. So, hey, we're looking forward to our next go round as another CSC Division II match behind us. We're into the top 8, baby.
Yeah, I'm excited. Top 8 CSC Challenger Series is when it all goes crazy, right? You're going to get those 9-8 battles that are now for meaningful amounts of money, right? Like $200 doesn't seem like a lot. I'll take $200. I know you will too. And then it becomes $400, and then it just keeps on rising in Division 2. Division 1, stupid money already. I think we're at like $400 in this next round. So I can't wait. I'm excited. I know that you're excited as well. And yeah, it's going to be great.
Yeah, well said there. I am very excited as we're still waiting. Our Monday night match would be Ram Rivera taking on either Mike Scarborough or Bob Anderson. That's going to be our next matchup on Monday night. We're certainly looking forward to it. We hope you all are as well. But how about tonight? Chris Watson coming out on top. Just one final go. Go ahead, Sean. What you got for me, man?
Well, don't forget to always sign into your customer account when shopping with A2ZDarts.com in order to earn free loyalty points. Other benefits to creating an account are express checkout, access to your order history and order status, plus easy one-click reordering. The A to Z Darts loyalty program is meant to reward people with a passion for darts looking to earn discounts on their products. Remember, your points never expire, and you gain 5% back on purchases just by creating and using your customer account.
Well, kudos to you, buddy. Just call me old backpack 2 straps. That's fine with me. Why not? Hey. I was gonna send you back your phone holder, but now I'm just gonna keep the darn thing for that.
Oh my gosh, I'll steal it sometime
there. I'm sure. Hey, that sucks. Payback's gonna be one, that's for sure.
I want to give one quick shout out to Magicwear and A2ZDarts.com for these great jerseys for my middle school dart club kids. They also gave darts, donated darts to my middle school dart club kids. So I cannot thank them enough. The jersey is beautiful. The kids are in love with it. I saw some being worn today, and they just got them yesterday. So thank you very much.
Hey, well said. Be on the lookout. More jerseys featuring that Boom Goes the coming soon. I think the Texan one's on its way, and then more after that, I hear. So be on the lookout. Your state's coming soon. Get it now. Why not? We appreciate you folks joining us this evening. That's a wrap from Chris Watson and Chris Alexander. We're gonna bid you adieu till Monday night.
Yeah.
We'll see you then. 8:30 Central Time. William Stewart.
9:30 Eastern.
Well, you had to do it, didn't you? Central was just fine enough, but let's just go ahead and rattle them
6:30
all
Phoenix,
off.
Arizona.
What's Hawaiian time, Sean?
I just thought it'd be really cool. Like,
What about
your
our-
time, and then I say my time.
What about Ed in
It's
France?
adorable.
What about Ed in France? What's his time?
5:30 Alaskan time.
Bonjour, Ed.
Oh,
Bonjour.
okay. Well, it's going to be 3 a.m. there for Ed. You're welcome. All righty. Well, we'll get on to it. Thanks, folks, for joining us. We appreciate it. Take care. We'll see you next time on the CSC Challenger Series, brought to you by Partners Promoting Darts. William Stewart here. Sean Green, of course. Big-headed Sean Green. We'll see you next time. Nick Dichiria in the background. Take care.
Have a great night, guys.